Right. So, y'all, I had recorded 40 minutes. 40 minutes. I was in a rush of this little presentation about Enoch and inoculation theory and how these people think if they introduce a pathogen into your environment, body system, or geology, biology, blowing up certain things and they creating these reactions from the living beings, the living things, because these states of mind or thoughts are placing the people in hell, placing the people in a place that they don't know is actually real. Because I'm reading um reading Enoch's book, and Enoch is mentioning God so much, and we know that God is not what they trying to say God is. It's an energy, and this energy isn't productive. The things that this energy produce are, if let's just get into it, it's just so negative. But it's good things coming out of this though. So, because you learn how your body works, how your mind works, even how the environment is being induced by not what these priests and pastors are saying. So Enoch and his inoculation theory, because Enoch is really the implementation of new thoughts, and these thoughts you can only introduce these thoughts to people who don't know. Like you introduce these thoughts to people who don't realize what they dealing with, cause and effect, an action and a reaction. These people know that because it's just like when Adam ate from the the tree of life. Why would they not want a being? Why would this particular energy, right, not want you to eat from the tree of life and you're full of life? Trying to blame it on the woman. But I know y'all reading this, so look. Inoculation is the act of implanting a pathogen or other microbe or virus into a person or other organism. It is a method of artificially inducing immunity against various infectious diseases. But see, you wouldn't even have these diseases if you wasn't artificially induced, because you are by default immune. Only when you become artificial, you become allergic to peanuts. you become allergic. Peaches, you start having food allergies. Only when you're not taking care of your environment. And the people will pray for things to unfold or get better, not knowing that it's all in what you do, how you do it, even who you do it with. The term inoculation is also used more generally to refer to intentionally depositing microbes into any growth medium, as into a petri dish used to culture the microbe, or into food ingredients for making cultured foods such as yogurt and fermented beverages such as beer and wine. Now I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the the growth medium, they're depositing negative microbes, the kind you don't need, into any growth medium, like a petri dish. See that tool he using right here? I'm sorry, hold on. That tool, that's how the far the page go up. Anyway, but that tool right here, they got the circle. Not just for a brief, like, little second. When they used to draw pictures like this, they have, look, he got the little circle behind him. See, y'all know what that's signifying? It's really signifying the sun. It's the light, because every being is born in light, because every being is a star, portal, a black hole, which is your body, with the light in it, which is your energy centers, which are your organs, what makes up your biological sphere. But but we go here. See, I put it here too. That is called an inoculation loop. This is how they mix the microbes and culture them. What are we saying these beings are following? It's not their culture. It's their culture. Nah, that's their culture. It's when you bred a certain way, your outcome is a certain actions and things and results. Because with Enoch is always he keep, like, how is Enoch even blessing people, right? Hold on, let me add one more. And I can use Wiki because I'm looking up real shit. Like, I'm not looking up nothing speculated. And then I'm putting my own twist on it, so I'm not doing what everybody else doing. I can use the most basic sources and give you the deeper meanings. But y'all see this inoculation loop, a smear loop, inoculation wand. is a simple tool used mainly by microbiologists to pick up and transfer a small sample of microorganisms called inoculum because they are inducing change. Okay, inoculum from a microbial culture, e.g., for streaking on a culture plate. Now, this is where all the inoculum congregate to become whatever these evil people want them to become, and they put them in little syringes. And in Europe, they used to do this. Uh, Manly P. Hall was found, 33rd degree Mason. Manly P. Hall was found murdered in his hotel. I think they used to go around pricking each other. The assassins. It's like the sleight of hand. The spies. The spies know this type of knowledge, right? And they be around people who just so. This is why they call the masses of the people sleep or zombies or just call them something else because the people that know aren't moving like the people who 9 to 5 and going to work at them people who know different journeys every day, good or bad. You bending the wheel, but uh, streaking on the culture plate, right? This they trying to mock the original complexity of nature by by mixing all this, mixing all creating their own cultures. And this way you can create your own beings. Enoch is basically a artificial being having artificial thoughts. Hence why he needs an artificial being to give him a path, a direction. But it's him doing it the whole time. It's him doing it the whole time. And I'm saying they're mocking the complexity of nature because the complexity of nature goes through microbial mats. And what is a microbial mat? Let's read. A microbial mat is a multi-layer sheet or biofilm of microbial colonies. See, they didn't say cultures, they said microbial colonies composed of mainly bacteria and or archaea. Microbial mats grow at interfaces between different types of material created naturally, mostly on submerged or moist surfaces like moss, but a few survive in deserts. A few are found as endosalpients of animals. And I said this. I said scientists are gonna. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There y'all go for the microbial mats. Scientists are gonna find out here in the future that all beings are um, complexly mixed naturally to create a being with the perception to withstand the times of now, times of the present. Because what that being is going to be revealing in the present is going to be like a present. It's like what I'm doing now, introducing my innate understanding to beings who like they haven't heard this in a while or haven't heard it before because my perception, the things I'm mixed with, my angle isn't like other beings' angles. We can come close, but they not like they not the same. So that's in connection of the microbial colonies mixing so much into giving growth to whatever's, you know, animal or being. So, although a few centimeters thick at most, microbial mats create a wide range of internal chemical environments. I thought about bowels, like in your stomach, soon as I read that, right? But look, we're gonna keep reading and go, right? And hence, generally consists of layers of microorganisms that can feed on or at least tolerate the dominant chemicals at their level, in which are usually closely related species. In moist conditions, mats are usually held together by slimy substances secreted by the microorganisms. So, like the sun shining the plasmas was keeping the movement, the jelly, that's the plasma from the lights that we not witnessing. It's unseen, but it's there. We playing on our own intel, acting like it's not there. So we defy it, meaning we doing things to not help it grow. And because if we help it grow, it's gonna help us grow. So that's what I'm saying about like the God energy. The God energy is trying to deplete that because it's not caring about cause and effect. It's not caring about the future of itself. That energy placed here to destroy itself. It ain't placed here to destroy itself like that. As I'm saying, it is being molded to destroy itself because the creator ain't putting nothing here for it not to grow. Everything came to grow. That's why, all right, the microbial colonies, right? All of them bacteria, archaea, all they got eyes and meaning, like they have senses. And with these senses, I mean, some have, okay, and with the senses they having, they giving these reactions of like them having eyes or arms or legs, but they don't. They slime. In many cases, some of the bacteria form tangled webs of filaments which make the mat tougher. The best known physical forms are flat mats and stubby pillars called stromatolites, but there are also spherical forms. The stuff we looking at all day, every day. Excavated highways, hills, cyanobacterial algal mat. Let's look at the mats. Come on now. It look like if they zoomed out on the earth, you up so high. All right. Microbial mats are the earliest form of life on Earth, for which there is good fossil evidence from 3,500 million years ago and have been most important members and maintainers of the planet's ecosystems. See? So, if these niggas if these niggas are doing this inoculation loop, they basically creating their own beings, like I said earlier. This is what's making you artificial. This is what's making you disease bound. You can't think. You can't decode. It's just like you docile, and they take advantage of the people who docile. Cause remember, I was pointing that dude with this circle behind his head. I'm just using UB shit real quick. I was watching it earlier. Hey man, everybody go sub to UB. Dude's a genius. But this right here is normally the sun or the light behind their heads. In the drawings like this, it's normally like that. So, that's what I'm saying. The microbial mats are the earliest form, so the original of this here inoculation loop petri dish baby thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I'm like, the blessings of Enoch, because he keeps talking about the elect. Enoch sounds like a political body. He sounds like he was a politician, a judge, something dealing with that, because he keeps referring to God and how good and what it'll change. He'll change all this. But let's read it. Read a little bit of this jargon. The words of the blessing of Enoch. The words of the blessing of Enoch wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the days of tribulation when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. So yeah, dude, like he's part of the government, like he's a priest, he's a high priest, because you, the elect are elected by who? The ones in office. See, the play on the game is the ones in office are like the angels. Oops, because how they talking and putting it, it's like the angels. See, and they the only ones who are seen in the light of righteousness. They the only ones who removing the wicked and all of this, and they all white. That's funny as hell. And Enoch, I'm on too. And Enoch, a righteous man whose eyes were opened by God, took up his parable and said, "See, this is the implementation of thought. But watch this. I saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens." He talking about this light though on everything, which the angel showed me. And from them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for remote. So he's saying he was up there. He was up there. One which is for to come. Up there, a more controlled meaning. That's what he mean when he say before a remote one. A more controlled. See, when you know how to read, you can't just say certain words. When you know how to listen to people, they say certain shit and it triggers certain shit in your mind because you're entangled in this shit. You're braided in this shit. So Check this shit out right here. Inoculation theory is a social, psychological communication theory that explains how an attitude or belief can be made resistant to persuasion or influence. That's like the story of God, or it's like an analogy to how a body gains resistance to disease, and that's not true. Because your body can be weakening as it's fighting the disease, or it could be it could just really that that disease and the fight and the war and the battle that your body was just in and your mind can become damaged. You know what I mean? And that's not good. Even by you seeing certain things, you can become damaged. Hold on, y'all. I'm telling you, your body can become damaged. You know what I mean? And it's like inoculation theory is like somebody spiking somebody drink who haven't experienced this ever before, and the people that done had these drinks spiked before don't drink nothing nobody else pours. Like they so like yeah, I can do it, everything. Like they're scarred because they don't trust people. Like this shit is real out here. Your mind is is all you got. That's why they tell you to don't lose it. It's so simple. But the theory uses medical inoculation as its explanatory analogy, but instead of applying it to disease, it is used to discuss attitudes and other positions like opinions, values, and beliefs. People don't even gather enough information to have about the values, an opinion about the values to have no beliefs, because a belief is like, I believe I'm going to work. I believe the sun's gonna shine tomorrow. I believe. Why do you have to believe it if it's gonna happen? It's a fact. Like it's pure. So belief is like you not knowing your full capabilities. Because when you know, you don't have to believe. So you cross out belief and put no. Opinions, values, and knowledge. It has applicability to public campaigns targeting misinformation and fake news, but is not limited to misinformation and fake news, of course, because it's intertangled in all of that. It's the God bullshit. The theory was developed by social psychologist William McGuire in 61 to explain how attitudes and beliefs change, and more specifically how to keep existing attitudes and beliefs consistent in the face of attempts to change them. Inoculate. This is like how the people of God are. They quote a scripture when you start talking about real shit. They quote a scripture when you start breaking God down, and it's like, bro, that's not helping you. And then the argument just stretches on and stretches on. They start bringing up more things. It's wild. And shit, even them not being able to explain some things. It just show you like people are on this hive mind, worker ant shit. Inoculation theory functions to confer resistance of counter attitudinal influence from such sources as the media, advertising, interpersonal communication, and peer pressure. Interpersonal communication is saying don't even believe yourself. Don't even believe yourself. The theory posits that weak counterarguments generate resistance within the receiver, enabling them to maintain their beliefs in the face of a future stronger challenge. You ain't surviving up against this though. Like nobody wants to debate about the soul and the spirit because everybody ain't in control of their spirit. So so they just going based off of life. Like they just know if I do this, this happen. And they stay within the bounds of that. Following exposure to weak counterarguments, e.g., counterarguments that have been paired with refutations, the receiver will seek out supporting information to further strengthen their threatened position. The held attitude or belief becomes resistant to a stronger attack, hence the medical analogy of a vaccine. It's like, man, come on, man. It's like my chicken pox uh, uh protein is dormant. Protein or cell, chicken pox cell, whatever, is dormant right now. But you see, as a kid, they amplify it to try to say, hey, it's like you going out of the country to Cebu or something, or anywhere, Panama, and you got to get a shot because you not from here. To the person who don't know anything, yeah, that seems logical. But what would happen, like with our elders, if these people came over here, they will have to prove that they really want to know what's over here. So they're indulging in rituals. They're reading our books. They're they're indulging in our activities, but they'll play. This is the God energy, but they'll play that far with you to get all of your information just to use it against you. That's why everybody who wins Nobel Peace Prizes in science don't because because if people really doing research, Alfred Nobel was I think I I don't quote me, one of the first people to win the Nobel Prize. Why it's named after him or something? But look, dude won Nobel Prize Peace for dynamite. What was they doing with the dynamite? Blowing up the land, excavating. But at the same time, you got Oppenheimer, or a few years later or whatever, you got Oppenheimer, who recruited all these scientists to the United States, knowing the outcome, the detriment of this, of them making a bomb. It went from dynamite to a bomb. All these people winning Nobel Peace Prizes are winning for the slaughtering of humanity, bro. If y'all not seeing this, then we doomed. But we pretty much doomed. I mean, it's made. It's done. That's why everybody get to freaking out. You get to talking about bombs and atomic nuclear weapon. They don't even know what it is. They just know they can't survive it. But the fight must continue. So what we gotta make some shit. Not America. The 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 people that made America what it is, to made America want to be stolen. The America that was admired. Let's check all this shit out because inoculation it isn't a good thing, man. These people are pledging to the energies that was willing to die for the misrouting of America and its people. That's who the pill people are pledging to. So this guy, man, you can't you can't be having a whole nationwide of people killing themselves, but you can through influence, but you can because if I just say something and people acting on it and I didn't mean what I said and I know I didn't, and then I got people dying for it, that ain't right. This is why they take the oath in the medical field. This is why they take the oath in the medical field. Cause it's the oath to present to you that I'm acting like I'm healing you. I'm acting like I'm acting though. I took an oath to act like I care about you. That's why the hospital has all artificial med tactics like they don't help, but they do because it's mixed. It's mixed in. So okay, so y'all remember the slimy substances secreted by the microorganisms that's holding the mats together, right? In moist conditions, right? Slime molds. What these slime molds look like they coming up off a microbial mat or the ground. I know y'all seen these before. I only seen these on a picture. I ain't seen these in person. That's crazy. Like where they hanging off the bottom of tree bark. Um, see, like, but they alive, bro. They alive. Like this is where they would try to make th- these right here. What we looking at is where you would get your idea of a city, right? You would get your idea of a colony. You would get your idea of a band. I'm just saying something that's together. They on one accord. They like, yeah, we know what to do. Make each other strong. So let's get it. You know what I mean? So these are the slimy substances that's holding the mass together, creating that thick layer. So look, is an informal name given to a polyphyletic assemblage of unrelated eukaryotic organisms in the Straminopiles, Rhizaria, Discoba, Amoebozoa, and Holomycota classes. Clades is class though. Most are near microscopic. Those in the myxogastria, that's your stomach. That's the bowels. But look, through artificial inoculation, you you acquire these chemical reactions that are not natural. So like us eating cheese and dairy in this age is creating also these feelings and these reactions to where it's putting us like in a state of discomfort. What was that? What we say? Hell, hell. You see the people down there in the fire burning up because of the implementations of thought, man. They not you. If you know better, you do better. Don't get me wrong. Yes, sometimes okay, I can let me do this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me eat a cheeseburger real fast. I ain't had one in about 4 months. You know what I'm saying? And you get gas and all of that stuff. But it's reminding you, like, yeah, don't you do that again, no. Nigga, you create a lifestyle like that, you gonna blow up, literally. Shit, they saying people die with at least 80, 40 pounds of shit in them. Did it change? Okay, we good. Okay. Cause I'ma get this real game I'ma give y'all. Like, the reason why Enoch keep trying to tell you to follow the elect and the righteous God and all of this. Those in your mixogastrias and your bowels, these little motherfuckers is everywhere. Form larger plasmodial slime moles visible to the naked eye. Mixogastria. Slime moles that contains 5 orders, 14 families, 62 generations, and 888 species. Come on, dog. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm on. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up here in a second because yeah, I'm really spilling this shit to y'all like real game. Like, if you ain't seeing it, then I don't know what else to tell you. Cause I'm showing you real things that's giving you that can shape your perception. I'm breaking them down piece by piece. So the slimo life cycle includes free living single celled stage and the formation of spores. Spores are often produced in macroscopic, multicellular, or multinucleate fruiting bodies. They may be formed through aggregation or fusion. Aggregation is driven by chemical signals. Chemical signals. Light emissions are chemical signals, people. Light emissions also create chemical signals. So, but look, you're born you're born in sin, right? Mm. Check this. Watch when I click on it. Aggregation is driven by chemical signals called acrosins. This is individuality. This is what the people that don't follow God talk about all the time. Because one person really don't. They have a personality mixed with all of the people. Well, hold on, with their parents first and foremost, and their great grandparents, but with the people that they didn't also encountered in their experience. So it's like a braid. You're born in acrosins. Then they say you made from the ground, from the dirt, all this shit, man. Nigga, we made of everything, nigga. Everything. Each species of slime mold has its own specific chemical messenger. This is like you having your own specific angle, stars, perception you come from, and you're the guide there. You're the guide there, and you at your best, but you at your top, highest, peakest best, nigga, when you working with everybody else and you doing your part though, and it's flowing like a machine, which are collectively referred to as acrosins. These chemicals signal that These chemicals signal that many individual cells aggregate to form a single large cell or plasmodium, such as a body, bro. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. What do you think the individual cells aggregate to form a single large cell? One of the earliest accuracies to be identified was cyclic AMP. Oops, let me go back because I got it in. So I can show y'all. Acaricidae is a family of slime which belongs to the excavate group Heterolabosa zea. Obsolete. Look at this. Excavata is an obsolete, extensive, and diverse paraphyletic group of unicellular eukaryota. The group first suggested by Simpson and Patterson in 1999, and the name Latinized and assigned a rank by Thomas Cavalier Smith in 2002. Salmos, which belong to excavator, of course. Look, they've been replicating shit for so long that it becomes obsolete. So the originals, the original is gone. The original is out of here because they just take shit so far. They taking all of the genetics, the mannerisms, all of that shit uh from this slime mold. Because like the slime molds I was showing you, y'all, they move. They move. But watch this. The name element acratio comes from the Greek akrasia, akrasia, meaning acting against one's judgment. They say that's crazy, right? Crazy. It's crazy to inoculate a being who is gonna be great. It is crazy to inoculate a being with thoughts of destruction. It's crazy. So you gotta think like that because these people are thinking like that, but they're getting it from the higher art form to perceive reality like this. This group consists of cellular slime molds. The terms acrasiomycota or acrasiomycetes have been used when the group was classified as a fungus. Mycota in some classifications, Dictyostelium was placed in acrasiomycetes in an artificial group of cellular slime molds. There we go. Artificial group. And that plays a part in plastic and all that shit. Because you know we got plastic eating fungus and all that shit. Like we got solutions for everything, but these people are limiting our solutions and our greatness, which was characterized by the aggregation of individual amoeba into a multicellular fruiting body. Your brain is a fruiting body. Y'all know that? Multicellular, multinucleate, multiple nucleuses through our body, which are energy centers, which is light, that light up the dark, that light up the body, which is the whole. Spores, pores, you whole, you're holy. You already holy. Man, come on, man, y'all not listening. Y'all not listening. And and then they call it a sister group. When resources such as water or food become limiting, the amoeba will release pheromones such as acrosin to aggregate amoeba cells in preparation for movement as large grex or pseudopods. Come on, man. And then it go from like a star, then it shapes. It just change form, being molded. Tight aggregate, finger, culmination, fruiting body. Yeah, pseudopod. After acacia spores are released, they germinate into free-living limax amobia, where they use a single pseudopodium to move forward. It's a temporary arm-like projection of a eukaryotic cell membrane that is emerged in the direction of movement, filled with filled with cytoplasm. Pseudopodia primarily consist of actin filaments and may also contain microtubules and intermediate filaments. But yeah, yeah. So, like I was saying, it's not a blessing with this dude. The be blessing, the being lessening of humanity, really. Like the the what you want to say? It's like him cursing. It's like him cursing the humanity also, and because UB was on a perfect part. He was talking about the ground being cursed. How can they curse the ground? By doing shit like this, inoculation, spraying the sky, doing all of that. Because God told Adam, because did y'all know Enoch was a part of Adam's lineage? Did y'all know that? So why wouldn't Enoch be on the same shit Adam's on? Because Adam's the fake. He's the artificial Adam. He's the artificial cell, bro. He's not the real thing. He the little body. He's the puppet. While you the puppet master. That's you. Adam is you too. It's all of us. But you the puppet master also too. And they trying to blame your partner. They trying to blame this woman, so you'll see everything wrong with a woman. The littlest shit, you can't even build with her. Like you become a weird nigga. This is what I'm telling y'all. The fight against the real and the fake is really is. It's these artificial beings, these cultured beings who don't have no culture. They partake in everyone's culture because they don't know who they are. Egyptians, nigga. The famous Egyptians, nigga, not the real ones. Concerning the elect, I'm on 3. I'm probably gonna give y'all like 5 more minutes. Concerning the elect, I said and took up my parable concerning them. The Holy Grail One will come forth from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and would appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. I'm saying he'll pull this energy out of you, that higher up energy, and you're gonna be looking down on everybody. Listen to Enoch, man, and all shall be smitten with fear, and the watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth, and the lands that they bamboozling, right? These um, it just happened to be so abundant. 'Cause this is where the plantation come from. You got people taking care of gardens already. They have gardens, they have seeds, they have the abilities. And then you niggas on boats, pirates, all of that. Because pirates used to talk about the end of the earth and shit like that. The edges and shit. And the high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low. See, listen to his destruction. How could this be a higher being? These these people judging people so hard that they saying we gotta kill this generation, all because they won't let them do what they want to do to them. High hills shall be made low, and shall melt like wax before the flame, and the earth shall be wholly rent in sunder, and all that is upon the earth shall perish, and there shall be a judgment upon all. But the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect. See, and mercy shall be upon them, and they shall all belong to the government ordinance department, and they shall be prospered, and they shall be blessed, and he will help them all, and light shall appear unto them wrong, and he will make peace with them. And behold, he cometh with 10,000 of his holy ones to execute judgment upon all. That sound like an army. That's an army. And to destroy all the ungodly. I'm destroyed then. I'm never following this type of energy, bro. And to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness, which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. So you can't be a sinner, bro. You came to live because like we just read about the Ackersons. They all have their own individual chemical messenger, bro. So the message that they getting is sending these colors. Sporanga. So what comes from spores, a seed, vessel, is an enclosure in which spores are formed. It can be composed of a single cell or it can be multicellular. Don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Virtually all plants, fungi, and many other groups from Sporangia at some point in their life cycle. Virtually all plants, fungi, and many other groups of form Sporangia. Plants, fungi, and many other groups form sporangia at some point in their life cycle. Sporangia can produce spores by mitosis. Y'all remember we talk about mitosis and meiosis, the cell cycle, right? Right? But in land plants and many fungi, sporangia produce genetically distinct haploid spores by meiosis. Its outdated name, sporange, is one of the few perfect rhymes for orange. That's funny. See? Hold on. Land plants, use sporangia. And see the game for real, y'all. Look, this the game for real. Look. Am I still on the screen? I'm still showing bet. Okay. Look, look. The plant see the plant life is really major, nigga. Like it's major. Turn dirt into diamonds. It's major. And that really happens. That's what we are. Like we come from nothing to something. Again and again and again. Forever and ever endeavor, right? Yeah, man, y'all go sub up. Makes sense, man. But I'm looking for oh man, it ain't even okay, let me see. Let me see. I gotta go. I, I gotta go deeper in here. Cause I'm trying to show you. Okay, boom. Whatever. Here you go. This is why. Look at the Grinch. The Grinch would be a fern plant, a fern, one with oxygen, nitrogen, with the breath. It's transporting. It's receiving. That's really what the Grinch is representing up on these hills. Remember, Enoch was just talking about the hills and being made low and everything just being tarnished and the elect, right? This they really did an inoculation number on the plant life because they seeing that's what we indulged in the most. This is how our food became visible, from seed to body, a orange, a grape, whatever. And they seen that they seen okay what they eat and come out the ground like comes and then it is going through this cycle. See, I'm gonna have to really come back with a part two for y'all, cause y'all ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't getting why dude and these doctors, and all these people are connected, and they don't want us to get together and whoop their ass in whatever form that they need their ass whooped, knowledge wise, physical wise, uh, spiritual wise. It don't matter. They trying to hide it all. So with that, I'm rocking. I'll be back. It's a part two coming for sure, for sure.